All right. Eric Marc, Standing in Place, episode 25, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's 25. It is September 22nd. This will be the last... No, I don't think it'll be the last one for this month. We have one more left. You've got the hairiest version of Eric Marc that you're probably going to get. I don't know if I can handle this mess too much longer. I'm even letting the mustachy hairs grow, which are terrible. Mustache is absolutely the worst part of a beard. It is the most annoying for both me and anybody that might ever want to interact with me. Anybody that might want to watch me interact with my environment would probably also find mustache hair the most annoying. That's the hair that gets into your food, into your drink. You have a cup of soup and you have a sip and you get stuff left in your mustache and it's gross. Mustache is dumb. That's why I don't understand people that would grow just a mustache. That seems like a horrible decision. It is absolutely the worst part of facial hair. Like if I grew I could have this big old beard and shave the mustache, and my daily aggravation with all of this that's going on right now would be significantly lower without the mustache hair. I just feel like I look a little bit strange that way. So I don't have the self-confidence to try to sell that look. So this is what we have for now. There's some application for this planned, and then once that has occurred, I can do some trimming and bring this thing down a bit. Get it back to a manageable level where we just look like I have a little bit bigger chin, like cartoon style American Dad. Who's the giggity guy? Where those cartoon characters have big chins, because that's I think that's like a super masculine thing, right? Like when a dude has a big chin, like Superman or some kind of drawn superhero. I think that's an indication of strength and power. So maybe I'll continue to portray that I have more strength and power than I really do with facial hair, or maybe not. Aren't you glad you tuned in so that we could discuss the status of this? I'm glad you tuned in. I am. I'm happy for anybody that is checking these out and getting some entertainment out of this, even if you're just laughing at how dumb some of my ideas are. That's why I'm sharing them, because I'm not particularly impressed with myself. I had a computer queued up over here because there was some list I was going to need to look up, and that might be a problem, but we'll see if we even get there. The main topic for tonight that I wish to share was not my hair situation. It was actually Oreo cookies, and this is because I ate an Oreo cookie and realized I've been eating these cookies for a long time. Where the hell Oreo cookies come from? So I looked it up. It's amazing. We have access to information. And I'm going to put this caveat in. Almost all of this information came from Wikipedia, which I know is not 100% reliable source. But they usually do pretty good. And at the least, the story is probably close. They say on Wikipedia that the Oreo was invented in Manhattan in 1912? I think 1912. And that the first cookie was sold in Hoboken, New Jersey. So the Oreo has been around over 100 years. 1912. They've been making a cookie that's like the worst mess cookie for your mouth. Like, they're delicious, but what an atrocious disaster of a chewing experience they are, right? Like, if you want to piss off a dentist, eat 3 Oreos and walk in, because you'll have all that chocolate cookie crumb muck stuck all in your teeth. Like, it takes a bit to clear out. If someone's eating Oreo, you can't like sneak an Oreo and get away with it. You could sneak a chocolate chip cookie. Like hey, there's some. You could like eat one and then, I didn't eat any cookies. You could do that pretty effectively and get away with it. That's not going to work with Oreo. Like, you need a moment. You need a toothbrush. You need some milk, right? Oreos and milk go together nice. To clear this all out, because it makes a freaking mess. Like, I'm honestly hesitant to eat Oreos because of the mess. Though they are delicious. But I constantly battle with what the correct filling versus cookie ratio is for me. And there's so many options. There's so many options. And this is part of the reason I was thinking I should like look into some of this and share with you guys. So it turns out that the Oreo was actually a ripoff of another cookie that was invented before it called the Hydrox. And Hydrox was the exact same damn cookie except with like a different logo printed on it. And the Oreo has like 5 patents and it's got trademarks and all kinds of crazy stuff, both on the ingredients and on the design and on the logo. It's madness. It's a cookie. But you can't, they ripped somebody else off, so they're going to make sure nobody rips them off. And I guess that's valid. Though there's definitely knockoff Oreos. Like they sell them in giant bags. They sell the chocolate ones and the vanilla ones. So I don't know how successful that was, but I think Oreo's still running quite strong. They can afford to lose a little bit of business to the people that are making the knockoff Oreo cookies. Let the people have the knockoff Oreo cookies. It's okay. The Hydrox. So yeah, they knocked off the Hydrox. They made their own cookie. They started selling it in New Jersey, and they used to sell them for 25 cents a pound. You could buy a pound of Oreo cookies in 1912 for 25 cents, for a quarter. That's all right. I never bought Oreos by the pound. Actually, and I didn't look at the package to see how much a standard package of Oreos weighs. I bet it's right in the territory of a pound or 2 maybe. And what's a pack of Oreos? Like $3, something like that? Huh. So, you used to buy Oreos by the pound on a, corner store in Hoboken, so you could fill your teeth up with nonsense. And that's where it began. And then in 1924, they came out with a lemon Oreo. That was the first, like, let's explore something different that's not just the direct ripoff of the first thing. And it failed, so they got rid of it quite quickly. And then there wasn't another offshoot Oreo till the 70s. So they ran for like 50 years plus without messing with the Oreo cookie and just sold it. They made a thing, people liked it, they sold it. Like Red Bull, right? They made a thing, same size can, same drink, and they just sold it. So I love seeing that. I like innovation, I like creativeness. I also like seeing people not just being absurdly greedy and just trying to create the next thing to sell. So good on you, Oreo. Until you lost your damn mind in the 70s, and it just escalated from there. So I had to write some of this down. The first offshoot was the Double Stuff. Double Stuff came about in 1974. The Double Stuff, which is claimed to have double the filling. Some lunatic math teacher actually did calculations on this and determined that it was 1.86 times. It's not double stuff, it's 1.86 times stuff Oreo cookie. Which you can make your own double stuff if anybody is an experienced Oreo cookie eater. You just take the Oreo and you twist it, and it's always, like, one side always comes off cleanly. You twist the cookies away from each other. You throw away the one chocolate cracker. You do the next one. You throw away that chocolate cracker. Then you take the insides, stick them together, and you have a double stuff. That's a true double stuff. You didn't need them to make a double stuff that's 1.86 times the filling. That's the typical move. They tell you they're giving you twice the amount, but they sacrifice, there's just a little bit less, so then the profit margin goes up. I remember when this happened to me, I used to be a big Dunkin' Donuts coffee drinker. And they changed the cup. It used to be, so there's always that terrible styrofoam cup that, like, you know, kills seals and turtles and all, God knows what. Never degrades in a dump. I don't know. I never felt good about those styrofoam cups. But it used to be a styrofoam cup with a flat lid. And that was a medium or a large, you know, whatever size you get used to drinking. I used to drink a medium, French vanilla, light and sweet. That was my go-to coffee. I drank this thing forever. Until I came out to Colorado and then realized that it wasn't as amazing as it was. It's just a cup full of tooth decay. Anyhow, medium Dunkin' Donuts coffee, flat lid. And then one day I go in to get my medium Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and it's got a taller lid. But I'm very observant, and I'm very sensitive with my hands. And I could feel the cup didn't feel right. And they still had old cup. I asked them to compare it, and absolutely, they shortened the cup, they raised the lid. Top of the lid was the same height as the old cup with a flat lid, but they took that much coffee out. And that's somebody, some greedy fuck with a suit sitting in a whatever office building going, I know how to increase the coffee margins. Let's give them slightly less coffee and charge them the same price and we can make more money. And that's what Oreo did with the double stuff. 1.86% of the filling. Come on, man. Just buy normal Oreos and trash the cookie. Trash half the cookies if you want double stuff. If you're really good, if you really have the Oreo separation skills, you could break the cream filling out sometimes from the second cookie and you can go triple stuff. No problem. That's only if you're a dedicated Oreo eater. You want to put in the work. I love, by the way, that we're talking about Oreos tonight because we're, a month and a half from the election and the fucking country's going crazy and I don't want to think about that right now. So let's keep talking Oreos. This is far more entertaining. Double stuff, 1974. Lies. 1987. So they took a little over 10 years. They went big stuff. Does anybody else remember big stuff? 1987. So now you're getting an idea how old I am, which I don't necessarily share. But I do remember big stuff in 1987 because it used to come in its own bag. Have you ever eaten, what are those things called? Uncrustables. The Uncrustables sandwiches. Those like pre-made frozen sandwiches that I actually think they're freaking delicious. Strawberry jam. I'm not grape. I'm a strawberry jam guy. It was an Oreo cookie the size of an Uncrustable sandwich. So like if you took a normal piece of bread and you made like the biggest circle you could inside the crust, that was the size of the Oreo cookie. It was a sandwich with chocolate cookie and cream on the inside. And that's what produces an adult that looks like this. That was when you're feeding them Oreo sandwiches and that you're okay with that. I don't know if that thing's still around. I haven't seen it in a while. So they went double stuff, so it's more filling. Big stuff, more cookie, more filling. They were massive. And then they went, shit, mini. 1991, they went to the Oreo mini. And that's those little, like, the ones that I think they ended up making cereal out of that crap. They're like little tiny ones. It's like, it was, overindulgence, craziness. We're not caring about fat, nutrition, health. We're just killing people. They're just eating giant Oreos and falling into, like, insulin shock comas and dying in hotel rooms with Oreo wrappers all over them. That's probably all false. I don't think any of that really happened. But then complete shift the other direction. Now we got mini Oreos. Mini Oreos, little tiny ones. Then you can just have a little Oreo. When you want to have a snack, you can just have a tiny bit. So they go Oreo mini, 1991. Then 2013, so some time goes by, we completely forgot. They go mega stuff. Mega stuff is even more than double stuff. but I don't know how much. It might be like 2.63 times the original Oreo cookie. But I think if you still went triple on your own, if you had the skill to separate the cream from the Oreo, you could make triple stuff, which I think was still superior to the mega stuff that came out in 2013. 2013, so we got more. Then what happens? We're going to retract again and go, that's too much. So they went thins. Thins in 2015. There's a pattern, right? Here's more, overindulgence, craziness. Oh, let's keep you slim. You're looking good eating those Oreos. That's like part of a nutritious diet. They're not, ever. They're delicious, and that's why we eat them. So Oreo, don't sell yourself as, something like, whoa, we got thin for the calorie counting connoisseur. You got thin because it's less cracker and they're tasty. I think the actual, the ratio of cream to cracker is slightly better on the thin. I'm a big fan of the thin. I believe that you have perhaps a higher percentage of cream to cracker on the Oreo thin. And they're quite enjoyable. But then everything's gone crazy with the flavors. And that's where I had a laptop fired up. Let's see if I can get this thing to go. Because there's no way I could look at a couple notes and try and remember all the crazy ass flavors that are out there right now. So let's see. Alright, I got it to go. So let's see. Varieties, here we go. Let's have some fun with this. So, anything that you could think of, and I'm sure a lot of things that you couldn't think of to make into an Oreo cracker, cookie biscuit, has been made. I'm going to give you the rundown. Starting in 2012, it looks like that's when the madness began, and then everything just went apeshit. Birthday cake Oreo, which actually I've had that. It's delicious. Then lemon twist Oreo, Neapolitan Oreo, watermelon Oreo, strawberries and cream Oreo. Where is that one? I want to try that. Limited edition release in 2013. 2 golden Oreo cookies with a cream filling consisting of 2 halves, 1 strawberry and 1 traditional. Yes, please. Oreo, can you please bring back the strawberries and cream Oreo? Because Mr. Eric Marc needs to eat them to fuel his comedy career. Fruit Punch Oreo. No, thank you. Cookie Dough Oreo. Root Beer Float Oreo. Pumpkin Spice Oreo. Red Velvet Oreo. Key Lime Pie Oreo. Cinnamon Bun Oreo. S'mores Oreo. Fruity Crisp Oreo. Blueberry Pie Oreo. Swedish Fish Oreo. Swedish Fish Oreo. 2016, 2 chocolate cookies with a red cream filling flavored to resemble the red colored Swedish Fish candy. They were sold at Kroger, so King Super should have had these things. I don't want Swedish Fish Oreo. No. Peeps Oreo, even worse idea. Waffles and Syrup Oreo. I ate this Oreo. I found some of these last year. They're actually pretty damn good. Chocolate hazelnut Oreo. That sounds wonderful. Excuse me. Golden Oreo cookies with Nutella flavored cream filling. That sounds wonderful. Salted caramel Oreo. Firework Oreo, which is apparently tastes like fireworks. Peppermint bark Oreo. Easter egg Oreo. That's just shaped funny. Chocolate marshmallow Oreo. I've had that one too. That one's really good. Caramel coconut. I don't think I've had that. Supreme Oreo is a double stuffed Oreo with a different brand name. And Oreo Thing Prince. That's just got designs on it. Damn it. I believe that the one that I just hit myself in the mouth that I've been having good luck with was like a latte, some kind of something latte, which isn't listed. So I think Wikipedia missed the boat. There's been other Oreos. So yeah, looks like we're close to 20 minutes of rambling on about facial hair and Oreos. And I'm so glad that you joined me. If you stuck in this long, that's fantastic. I hope you found this as ridiculous as it is, as I find it. This is the world we live in, man. So when things are going good, we're worried about what flavor to make the Oreo next. And they're making crap like Peeps Oreos. Wow. And at the same time, like you go to a store and buy Peeps Oreo. I said when things are going good, it doesn't seem to make a difference. We've got this election going on that people are going to lose their mind over, whichever way it goes. Don't lose your mind over whichever side of this thing that you're on. Keep it together and let's find civil ways to resolve the outcome, because either way is going to be, half the country is going to be upset. Civil war sounds like a bad idea. I'd rather have people eating Peeps Oreos, even if they're terrible, and trying to figure out how to come to agreements where we get people as happy across the board as we can. I'm not good at this. I'm better at talking about Oreos, so I'm going to cut it off there. Be cool, respect each other, one love, eat Oreo cookies, get some milk, and we'll see you in a week. Bye.